Everybody wants to make this about race instead of statism. Most people. And that's also tragically sad and very unfortunate. Because there's idiots out there that are preaching power of an individual's skin color, and it's utterly fucking ridiculous and utterly fucking retarded. I don't care what side of the equation you're coming down on. It's utterly ridiculous and it's utterly retarded. If we're not at the point as a species where we can't see past skin tone, you are literally fucking broken at a soul level. So cut the shit out making it about race. This is about the state and its minions of violence who believe in authority over other human beings, which is slavery, against everyone. And that's all it ever has been. So they don't give a shit about talking about any power or superiority of any given race. The state does not give a shit about that, folks. As a matter of fact, the state wants that. They want that because that's how they know people will be significantly divided against each other and seeing each other as the enemy instead of the state as the true enemy. And you got too few fucking people talking about this dynamic and explaining it just like that. Too few. We're running out of time, people. We're already out of time. This is 11:59:59 and point, half a second, later into the split second to midnight. That's where we're at. The only power that's going to scare the establishment is the power of human beings of every so-called ostensible race and persuasion coming together. Male and female and every tone of skin. Stop identifying yourself. This is all, again, what I talked about as ego identification. Go back to the earliest podcasts and listen to them again. Nothing has changed. First principles have not changed. The dynamic has not changed. I spoke out against all kinds of identity equation. Political identity, race identity, age identity, sexual identity, class identity, etc. ad infinitum. You can go on and on forever how people will identify themselves. It's all ego. It's all ego identification. And you know what it is? A divide and conquer strategy. I've covered this extensively in former episodes. Go back and listen to them or watch them again. The only thing that the state is going to be concerned about is everybody coming together to challenge the legitimacy of the state itself. Not any particular things that they're doing. They're going to be worried. The state's going to get worried when people all come together, every human being, no matter what their so-called race or no matter what any other aspect that they egoically identify themselves as, all come together and say, you know something? Government has no right to exist. On its face, this is morally illegitimate because it's based on violence, coercion, duress, and it is ultimately slavery. Then the state's going to be concerned. They're not concerned about anything happening now. They know they have people balkanized, polarized, divided and conquered, and fighting against each other because they're too fucking stupid to understand the divide and conquer strategies and methods. And they're too identified in their little own corner of the world of what I am. I'm this. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. I'm white. I'm black. You're a fucking retard is what you are. Who egoically identifies with some bullshit that can divide everybody so the state can fucking enslave you. Dumbass. Got it? Get it. Understand it. Get as offended as you fucking like. It's never going to make it untrue, you dumb dunce. And I'll say it right just like that to your fucking face on the street. You don't know what you're fucking talking about, and you're played, son. You're played. Played like a fucking fiddle. Played like a little bitch. You're played, boy. You're played by masters who you will never see, who forgot more about your dumb fucking mind than you'll ever know about yourself. Moron. All right, so there's some righteous indignation at idiots who don't know themselves. That's what the word idiot means. Somebody who has no idea what they're really about, has no idea anything going on in the psychological and spiritual processes inside of them, because they're cut off from those things by their own ignorance and their own fear. And your owners, your masters know you're a fucking idiot. And they're pissing their pants down their leg laughing at you, boy. Laughing at you, girl. You're a naive moron who doesn't know how the fucking world works. And I'm not the one going to sugarcoat it to you and treat you like a dumb little child that you are. I'm going to just tell you, have your head up your ass. You need to get it out and you need to work on yourself. And no one can do that for you. You got to grow up, put your big boy pants on, put your big girl pants on, buck the fuck up and do the work. I'm out of patience, folks. I'm out of patience. Okay? I do not have the patience to take a little baby food spoon and baby in high chair. Here, take a little. No, we're done with that. Those were episodes like maybe 1 through 100, if that. We're done. We're long done with that on this show. And the problem is, most people don't want to rock the boat and they don't want to say anything to anybody else. They don't want to say nothing to anybody else because they're afraid of creating any kind of tension or conflict. And you know what, folks? Everybody goes, oh, that's a divide and conquer strategy. No, it isn't, because there's one true divide. Go back and watch my presentations over and over again. I talk about this concept over and over again. There is one true thing that divides humanity into two groups. Those who believe in the moral legitimacy of authority and those who know that that can never be morally legitimate, because it is based in coercion, violence, and duress, and is ultimately slavery. There's only one criterion that divides people into two groups truly in nature. Whether you believe in the moral legitimacy of authority or whether you know that that is an illusion that can never be true. Nothing else divides humanity except that one thing that is a true criterion for a divide in humanity. And what we are doing here on What on Earth is Happening is trying to explain to the people that condone authority and slavery that you are morally illegitimate and that that concept is morally illegitimate. Condoning it is morally illegitimate. You're immoral for condoning that very concept. Because you are saying to other people, you legitimately have masters. And other people are legitimately your masters and your owners. And that means you believe in slavery. Doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. Doesn't matter what your political persuasion is. If you believe that government authority is morally legitimate, you are a condoner of slavery.